All right, this is a really common question that I get. So I hope that this helps you a lot. Um, is it possible to apply for asylum if I'm outside the United States? Again, is it possible to apply for asylum if I am outside the United States? So you cannot apply for asylum if you're outside the United States. Asylum is for people that are inside the US and are afraid of being returned to their home country. So if you're outside the US and you're afraid of the situation in your home country, you're considered a refugee, right? So essentially you're still afraid to be in your home country, but you're considered a refugee, not an asylee. That's the term for whether you're inside the US or outside the US. To apply for refugee status, you usually work with an organization abroad. So private attorneys will have a very hard time helping you with getting refugee status. Okay, but if you're already in the US, you can apply for asylum. You can work with a private attorney or a nonprofit attorney that can help you file for asylum. But if you're outside the US, it's called a refugee status, and you usually cannot work with like a U.S. immigration attorney. You can, but we can't help you get that status. It's not like applying for student status or a marriage-based status. It's essentially you work with an organization that is kind of works with the State Department and will get you refugee status. So it's basically like teaming up with the correct organization to get refugee status. So people, for example, right now in Afghanistan or the Ukraine, you may be able to get refugee status, but if you want to come into the US because of this fear of harm, you can also apply for what's called humanitarian parole. Humanitarian parole is basically seeking entering into the US for humanitarian reasons, for protection for yourself or for your family. So we're helping a number of folks who fear persecution by the Taliban. We're helping them come into the US through humanitarian parole and then apply for asylum.